Welcome, welcome, family, to Feast on Torah. Wherever you are around the world today, family, you are most welcome to hear another lesson. We're just going to dive straight into Proverbs 17, verse 28. And it reads, Even a fool is considered wise when he keeps silent. When he closes his lips, he is considered discerning. Let me read that again. Even a fool is considered wise when he keeps silent. When he closes his lips, he is considered discerning. Family, let us talk. Let us talk about this daily Proverbs. Some of you who are listening to the sound of my voice are in trouble today. Why? Because you talk too much. Now, I don't want to offend anyone, but sometimes we need to hear the truth, family. You are talking too much. And maybe this is a word in season. Maybe it's something that you are struggling with. And maybe you need to look and reflect over your life because you are talking too much and not listening enough. John 8:32 says very clearly, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. And I pray today that this lesson will bring some freedom to my brothers and my sisters around the world. You shall know the truth, and the truth will make you free. First question I would like to ask you, family, why people who speak less might be seen as wise or thoughtful. That's a food for thought. Think about that. Why people who speak less might be seen as wise or thoughtful. And the answer to that is simply because, based on the concept of that speaking less and listening more, can lead to wisdom and help avoid trouble. Important lesson. We need to listen more and speak less. You might be some of those people or one of those persons who cannot answer a simple question. For example, someone might ask you, do you drive? And rather responding with a yes or a no, guess what you do? Your response is one of much detail, ending up giving the car model, the color of the car, the size of the engine, and how much you paid for the car. Too much information, family. Too much information. Learn to be discerning with your answers because you are talking too much. Next question someone might have asked you or may ask you in the future, and maybe you've done it in the past. Do you have any children? And your answer is, oh yes, one girl and one boy, Jack and Jill. Both goes to private school, which costs me £1,000 a month. If you're in the US, it's $1,000. If you are in the US, it's $1,000. Do you hear that? Jack is 16 and Jill is 14. You are talking too much. You don't know the reason why you were asked that question, and you have just given away information without knowing the purpose behind the question. No wisdom was applied by you. Family, be careful. Let's look at Proverbs 15, verse 2. Proverbs 15, verse 2. The tongue of the wise uses knowledge rightly, but the mouth of fools pour forth foolishness. Did you hear that? The tongue of the wise uses knowledge, rightly uses knowledge, but the mouth of fools pours forth foolishness. And it is absolutely foolish when you talk too much, when you don't think of what you are saying, especially To whom you are saying it to, family. Especially in these days, you need to be careful who you're speaking to and what information you're giving to someone about yourself and your personal circumstances. You are talking too much. Let's look at another scripture. Matthew 10, verse 16. Matthew 10, verse 16. Behold, it says, I send you out as sheep in the midst of wolves. Therefore, be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Yeshua tells his followers to exercise whatever wise shrewdness they can to avoid conflict and danger without losing the dove like innocence that will allow them to continue to proclaim the truth without fear. And some of you who are listening right now around the world, some people bring trouble into their lives because of talking out of fear. A common mistake when responding to fear is to avoid the situation that causes it in the first place. And by responding in fear with your answers, you have opened up doors that you now cannot shut, giving too much floodlight into your life, which was totally unnecessary for people to know. You are talking too much. While speaking out of fear and answering out of fear might provide short term relief, it can actually make the fear grow and make it harder for you to face them, family. So be careful what you are saying and how you're saying it. And I'll say it again, to whom you are saying it. Not everyone who smiles at you means you well. And sometimes your own downfall is because of your mouth. You're talking too much. If someone asks you a question, it's a simple yes or no. If they're asking you, what do you think about this and that? The next question should be, why are you asking me that? Why do you need to know that? May I know the information you require? Why do you need to know that? Before you respond, you just don't open your mouth and talk your life away, family. Not in these days. It was never okay in any day, but especially these days, you need to be careful what you are saying and to whom you are saying it to. There is a popular quotation, and it goes something like this: loose lips sink ships. And it's an American English idiom that warns against sharing sensitive information during wartime or careless talk. And the phrase can be applied to many situations, even outside of war, to emphasize what? The importance of discretion and being mindful of what you say, and again, to whom you are saying it. Because sometimes you are speaking directly to your enemy with information about your personal life, and you have just given the key. You personally have handed over them the key to enter freely into your business. Why? Because you're talking too much. This lesson is a very, very short lesson. I just wanted to raise this point to my family, and some of you need to just sit back and rethink about your life and the way you communicate. Let's look at some key points. Some key points to remember. Number one, wisdom in silence. When you speak less, you have more time to think about what others are saying. It's simple as that. Let me say that again. When you speak less, you have more time to think about what others are saying. Listening more can help you understand others' perspectives, which can lead to better decisions and your responses. Also, silence allows you to observe and learn from others, picking up on important details we might miss if we allow to keep on talking, always talking. Sometime you are listening to someone and even the tone of their voice will tell you something is not right. Your spirit is, your intuition is saying something isn't right. Even with that sentence, that word they spoke, or the way they have said it. But before you haven't even considered and think properly in wisdom how to respond, your mouth is off. And again, you are talking too much. Please, please hear me and hear me well. Listen more because you can learn a lot. You can know who is your enemy from whom is your friend simply by practicing listening more and talking less. Not only that, it allows you to avoid trouble. Many people find themselves in difficult situations. Why? Because of words spoken in haste or in anger, and you cannot take your word back. Words once spoken cannot be taken back, and they can hurt relationships. They can create misunderstandings or even cause harm. By choosing words, family, choosing your words carefully, we can avoid saying things that might offend, insult, or get into trouble. Please, please consider this. Some of the other lessons we can learn is speaking less, again, as I was saying, and about listening more. Patience. Listening teaches patience and shows respect for others, especially their viewpoints. That's what patience does when we listen more and speak less. Listening also, we can learn from others' experiences, which can enrich your relationship and your understanding. Why? Because you are listening more. And it can be negative or positive what you're hearing, but based upon that, you are listening intently before you speak, will lead you to a positive outcome because now you're speaking from a standpoint of wisdom. Not only that, self control comes for speaking. You must know when to shut up, when to be quiet, when to be still. The word of Yah say, be still and know that I am Yah. You are talking too much. Speaking less requires self control, family. It's a very valuable skill in building trust and maintaining positive relationships. If you keep on talking, people are going to feel that you're not interested in their lives. But even worse, you are now talking everything about your business, and before you know it, it's headline news. Self control. Practice patience, family. Practice learning by listening. Practice self control. I would like you to think at this point and reflect on when speaking less might have helped you and avoid a problem or misunderstanding by someone. Think about that. Maybe not just now, but when you get a moment, just sit down and think about that. A time in my life, I'm so glad I didn't say anything then because you learn more. Because if you didn't say anything then, the person who was speaking will say something that you weren't even aware of. They could draw your attention to something that is very important. So that's why it is good to talk less and listen more. So, in conclusion, a very short video here, very short lesson. What have we learned? While speaking has its place, listening is a powerful tool that can lead to wisdom and unnecessary conflict. And it also builds stronger and more respectful relationships. And to understand the benefits of speaking less, listening more, and the potential consequences of excessive talking. Excessive talking does not get you any benefits at all. And it has a lethal potential of consequences for someone who never stops talking. And I say, loose lips sink ships. Please, family, use this lesson as a foundation to reflect on how you communicate and recognize the value in balancing speaking and listening. And I'm leaving you with this final scripture found in James's chapter 1, verses 19 to 20. And it also refers to advice about speaking. And it reads, James chapter 1, verses 19 to 20. Understand this, my beloved brethren. Let every man be quick to hear, a ready listener, slow to speak, slow to take offense, and get angry. One more time. Understand this, my beloved family, wherever you are around the world. Understand this. Let every man be quick to hear, a ready listener, and slow to speak, slow to take offense, and to get angry. I hope this lesson been a blessing to you. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel. If you found this video, please, family, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button, please, because others might enjoy it too. We love to have you back for more, so stay tuned and see you in the next video. Shalom from my household to your household, family. Shalom.